And welcome back to the Eagle for our part 2 of our playthrough. This is hole 10, the shortest hole in the course, but it certainly doesn't feel that way when you're trying to get through this small army of standing trees. Currently, as you see, we're flying down the proper fairway, but you can also go off to your left and try and get a little local route through the trees, hoping you don't hit one and land in disc golf jail. Or you can also hyzer out to the right over the cart path and come back in and land at the basket. This can be an easy 2, or it can also be an easy 4 or worse, depending on your luck.
Alright, another short one, little uphill. 220 probably plays about 225 or 30. One is on. Left gap.
There you go. Yeah. Haven't thrown the diamond in a few minutes. Let's try it out. So here we are at hole 11. It's a par 4. Didn't always play that way. It was a 3 for a while, but then we made the decision to make it a 4. It's actually a pretty short par 4. It's pretty easy to get a birdie on this hole if you've got the distance and a sufficient amount of luck to avoid all the trees. You throw off the tee pad up the hill. It's sort of a blind shot. You want to land roughly somewhere where the drone is currently, that I'm trying to maneuver through all these trees and having a bit of a rough time of it, as you can see. Your second shot, again, you're trying to avoid all the trees in the area. Plenty of open areas, plenty of potential routes to get you down to the basket. And as you see, the basket is coming into sight here. Even if you do happen to hit a tree along the way, it's still forgiving enough that you do still have a shot at getting at least a par out of this. But as William's about to find out, it's maybe not quite as easy as he claims it is.
Alright. Easiest hole in the course. 400 feet, but it's a par 4. You can just make this initial gap, get it to turn right a little bit. About 200 feet from your upshot, easy birdie.
Easy birdie, he says.
Easy birdie. You can still recover from that. I can still recover. The most important shot is the next one.
Let's go the hatchet. You discraft fans, look away. Will is going to go for something that is not discraft.
In above.
He's going for his Rock X3.
Maybe I should stick to discraft.
Maybe you should stick with discraft. This is also from the very first batch of discs I ever bought almost 7 years ago off of Amazon. Legacy Patriot. I don't throw it much anymore, but this is no friend.
I think you should throw it more often.
Maybe I should say hello to my old friend more often. Exactly.
Miraculously saved par. Easy par for David.
And so here we are at hole 12. It's 369 feet, but as you can see, or well, maybe not from this distance, it is a straightaway shot, just straight down this corridor here, which of course is much easier said than done when it comes to trying to keep your disc in the fairway. You venture a little too far to the left or a little too far to the right, and you may find yourself trying to throw up from behind a tree with not much option other than just trying to get it back into the fairway. Now, as hard as it may be to believe, this hole actually has been aced one time by none other than Joseph Swedish, or as his friends affectionately call him, Meatball. He actually did it a couple of years ago, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly how he managed to do so. But, you know, stranger things have happened than that.
Okay. One of the toughest, I think, holes on the course. 370 feet right down the pipe. Not really any lines, just throw and hope you get through something. Going with a force.
And the force was with you.
Yeah. Ooh, good kick. Nice. Should have went with the Patriot.
I probably should have.
With the bird.
Look at that. So the last hole is the easiest one out here, and it gets a bogey. This one's the hardest, and it gets a birdie. Go figure.
Hey, it's William here. Need to find the right disc to fill your bag? Or just the right bag? Then Iron City Disc has you covered. Go to ironcitydisc.com and at the checkout, enter my discount code to save 10% on your order. Iron City Discs. Step up your game.
And here we come to hole 13, which arguably might be the hardest par 4 on the course. As you can see down the right side, it is the second of the holes that border the Lake of Fire. Plenty of disc golfers over the years, including myself, have contributed more than a few sacrifices to the lake gods of our discs trying to throw down this hole. Like hole 7, you do have a long straight path off your tee shot to try to get it into roughly somewhere in this vicinity. You then have the chance to throw over this little valley here, avoid the slough just off to your right. If you're able to get your shot up through these trees and up on this ridge, you may find yourself with an opportunity for a birdie off of this hole. Otherwise, you want to kind of just play it safe if you can. Try to keep it out from around the trees and into some of the openings that are available. And with that, you should be able to take a 4. However, if you get a little unlucky, you may find yourself with a bogey or worse and at least one new hole in your bag.
Alright, another tough one, infamous. Water on all the right side, all the way down to the basket. So, just going to take a mid-range and get to a nice landing.
That was a pretty shot.
Yeah, it might be in the water though.
No. It looks like it's coming down right in the middle of the fairway.
I'm going to hope so.
I hope so too. Come grab this. Play with that one. Alright.
Okay, landing spot. Gonna need a zone to swing pretty hard around this tree. Right up this hill. That'll putt. Oh yeah!
And here we come to hole 14, which is another one that started out as a 3 but has since been made a 4. Originally, the plan on this was that really good strong-arm disc golfers would take that high-risk shot over the pond, a big hyzer throw to try to bypass all the trees and then curve back in and land near the basket on the far side for a 2. Very few people try that route nowadays, partially because some of the trees have since grown up, since this hole was designed. So this is why it became a par 4. People now take this land route. You want to try to get your tee shot somewhere roughly in this area. That way then you have a look at the basket on the other side of this inlet here. Assuming you don't get unlucky and hit a tree, as can't happen, as you'll soon see. You should be able to park your shot here and have a birdie chance.
Another tricky one. Water alongside the whole right side until the basket. Even a little slough, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Of water right before the basket. So just gonna lay up with a mid-range and hop over to the other island.
I'm pretty sure it is.
It's all right. Ooh, that'll work. Just gotta hope and pray. No! Sad music. Darn.
There you go, another bird. And here we are at hole 15, probably the easiest hole in the course. If I can take a birdie on it at least one time out of 3, then it can't be that difficult. You can either play it straight at the basket off the tee pad through the trees, or if you're like me and a righty, you can try a nice hyzer shot. If you place it just right, you can curve it back in here, park it at the basket for an easy 2.
Alrighty. Take a big backhand hyzer, just forehand right up again. Hit a tree, but still got there.
So the air escape again. Short.
Not bad.
Got through.
Oh.
There you go.
Hey, it's William here. Do your hands get sweaty like mine do? Then grab a Dry Flight golf sack. They come in a variety of fabrics to suit your tastes, and they make great player pack additions for all you TDs out there. Whether you need 1 or 1,000, give Colin a call or an email with your order. Dry Flight. Get back your grip.
Hole 16 is, well, in many ways, just a slightly longer version of hole 15. Another righty favorable shot with a big hyzer finish. You just throw it straight down the fairway here, and you want to be able to time your fade just right. A little too early and you're going to wind up in the trees to your left. If you fade too late or not at all, you're going to go past the fairway and into the trees straight ahead. But if you time it just right, then you'll find yourself heading right towards the basket. You'll be landing somewhere in this clearing, which will give you another good chance at a quick birdie.
Alright, go with the zone. Most people would like a backhand high, just keeps fading left. I'm gonna go forehand, put it on Annie, and just let it flex out. Hit a tree.
I'm thinking at this point, Discraft will sponsor me. Georgie was sponsoring not to throw their phones.
Same spot.
Had to copy you, man.
Yep.
Since my buzz is now sleeping in the fishes at the moment, I'll go back with the baby.
Yeah, we did not rescue that buzz.
Huh?
We did not rescue that buzz.
So that's
Parked it.
Anyway.
Yeah, Patriot all the way.
Yep.
A little left. Alright, get a lane.
There you go. Oh!
Scared it.
Oh no! And a second try. Hole 17 is another short one, but this one's a bit different than 15 and 16 in that the basket is off to your right. But before you think this is a left-hander's paradise here, this is actually a tunnel shot for the first couple hundred feet, or almost a couple hundred feet. You can take a chance and try to go through to the trees to your right for a direct approach to the basket, but again, that is a bit of a gamble, though it has been done before. Generally, though, you do want to either do a lefty shot or do a flick down through the pathway. Have it to fade just as you get to the clearing and towards the basket. Again, potentially another easy birdie if you can make the right shot.
Alright, going Buzz OS mid-range. 232 feet. So it needs to swing really hard at the end. Fade really hard. On a forehand.
Off the tree. Oh, nice little kiss. Hey, that turned out great.
Yep, hard.
Back to the diamond again. Diamonds are a bad disc golfer's best friend.
Dang!
Like I said.
Oh! Just a touch. Just a touch more spin.
Good boy. Finally, we come to hole 18. And this may take a little bit of explanation, and actually you'll hear me explain a bit better here later. First of all, you'll notice there is a Mando on your left, so you do want to stay to the right of that. The way the hole is actually designed, you are supposed to throw straight down this fairway and land in that gap you see up ahead to the right of the tall bamboo, and end up somewhere down there in the bottom where you can have a look back up at the basket to your left. Alternately, you can, once you get past the Mando, play to the left in front of the bamboo, play over the cart path. Now, it must be said that some tournaments may actually block that off and may actually force you to play the hole as it was designed, so be sure you're clear on the rule. Also, if you'll look directly ahead, roughly where you might see those small red flags ahead, we are planning on putting an alternate 18 tee position, or basket position, I should say. So in the future, you may very well find that basket is a straight shot rather than this big hyzer that you have here at the end. In any case, you come back up the ridge, throw it at the basket, and you should be able to get a 3 on this, though 2s are pretty hard to come by.
Okay, I take my statement back. Hole 12, not the hardest hole. This one is. Mandatory right. The tree right in front of us. And it curves almost right back at us. Left. What you're looking for is to land in that little valley down there, and then pitch up to the basket for your par. Getting a bird is almost impossible. Going with a fairway, understaple fairway, going straight. Straight into a tree.
Try that again, or no?
Nah, that'll be okay. Back of the diamond. Yep.
Oh, no! Well, it's on the dry ground down there. Now, it must be said here, too, that you can play it this way as well. Play it.
Yep. If you get past the Mando, you can come over this cart path and hyzer back into the basket. The only OB is the water.
Well, if you play tournaments, you may want to make sure, because occasionally this is sealed off as OB.
True.
So check your rules on that. Yeah, that's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
There he goes.
Before we begin, let me give a shout out to my sponsor, Dry Flight Birdie Sacks. It's Dry Flight Golf Sacks.
Or golf. Oh, start over and call it golf sacks. Okay, whatever.
Before we begin, let me give a shout out to my sponsor, Dry Flight Golf Sacks. They keep your hands dry, so your discs stay gripped in your hand. Visit their Facebook page for more information. Dry Flight Golf Sacks. That kind of threw me off.
All right.
I'm gonna do it one more time.
Okay, one more time. Let's go.
Before we begin, let me give a shout out to my sponsor, Dry Flight Golf Sacks. They keep your hands dry so your discs stay gripped in your hand. Visit their Facebook page for more information. Dry Flight Golf Sacks.